Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Madina and I am back with another video. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, please be sure to stick around by hitting the red subscribe button down below. Like, share, comment, all that fun stuff. You already know what to do. Let's just get right into the video. What? So in today's video, guys, I'm going to be answering some girl talk questions I asked you guys on my Instagram story, as well as my Snapchat and Facebook, for you guys to send me some questions, like Q&A questions that you guys might have, girl talk related, yada yada yada. Y'all already know how it goes. I have a bunch of them, a bunch, and y'all already know I have a whole girl talk series on this channel where I answer you guys these questions. So I'm just going to be answering some of these questions today, so let's just see how they go. So the first question says, how to stop comparing myself to other women and my friends? Well, I would say that you should just not compete with them, rather get inspired by them and try to learn from them. If they're more successful, if they're doing stuff that maybe you aspire to do, tell them about it. Give them the accolades. Be like, hey girl, you're doing your thing and I really admire that, and I'm just hoping to be somewhat like you in the future, or hoping to be, hoping that you will give me some tips or tricks on how to actually achieve what you've achieved this far. And I'm hoping that you could just, put me on. Like, it's that simple. If she has a good heart, if she's cool, she would put you on. If they're envious and they don't want you to know what they know, are they really your friends? Are they really? Okay, so the next question says, how to know if a guy actually loves you? So these are just my personal tips. It doesn't work for everyone and it might work for some. So boom, if he loves you, first of all, like, you would just know. You would not even have any doubt in your mind that he loves you. Why? Because he's gonna do everything to prove to you that he loves you. He's gonna show you that he loves you. Men are very, very expressive, if that makes sense. They want their women, their women, their queens, to be happy, treated right, treated fairly. Like, they don't want to lose you. Like, where are you going? I don't want you to leave. So I'm going to treat you right. I'm going to make sure you have everything you want. If you are my woman, if you're just a side piece, now that's a different story and a whole other video. Okay. But if you're his queen and he actually loves you, he would show you that. He would shower you with morning text. He would buy you gifts. He would give you words of affirmation. He would make sure that you have no doubt whatsoever in your mind about his feelings for you. He would not leave you wondering or questioning. None of that. He would prioritize you, text you in the morning, afternoon, see how your day has been, make sure you're okay, you're safe, everything. Like, you would just know. You wouldn't even have to question it, is what I'm going to say about that question. Okay, so the next question says, should a girl make the first move? What are your thoughts on that? As for me, coming from someone who has never made a first move in her life because she didn't even have to, I would say no. And this might be controversial, but that's just my personal opinion. I would say I am not for the girl making the first move, because from what I've heard and cases I've seen, there is just very slim chances of that working out to like a long-term relationship or marriage or whatever it is. Like, God forbid you guys get into an argument and he brings it up to you and be like, first of all, I didn't approach you, you approached me. I mean, he would just, most men, not all men, but some men would just rub it in your face and be like, girl, you came to me, so you got to deal with it. You wanted to deal with me, you have me. So I am all about women maybe giving compliments, like doing it in a different way to like let the guy know that they love the guy. It doesn't have to be like you flat out just expressing your feelings. It could be like, hey, nice shoes, hey, nice shirt, hey, you smell good. Just little compliments, trying to make the guy, get the vibe that you are actually interested in him. But if he doesn't get it, then he just doesn't get it, baby. Just move on. But if he gets it and he comes and approaches you first, boom, there, it worked. But if he didn't, and you flat out go ahead and start expressing your feelings and telling this guy how you feel and how crazy you are about him, I don't know about that. I don't know about it. I just feel like someone might get their feelings hurt and it's not going to be the guy. So personally, I would say just let the guys do the chasing. Let them do the chasing, girls. Like, please just let them do the chasing. Like, yeah, you are the queen, you are the princess, you're pretty, you're everything. Like, to me, I would let the guys do first. Okay, guys, so the next question says that how do I reject a guy that I don't like or have feelings for? So if you go on a date with a guy and you don't like him, I would say just tell him. Tell him like in the nicest way possible. Of course, don't be rude because people have feelings. So you just want to tell him like, hey Tom, you seem like a great guy, but I just don't feel like we're looking at the same, or like we're looking for the same things. I just don't feel like we have a good connection going on. So I just wanted to make sure you understand that there might not be a second date after this. I don't know if that's a little bit mean, but I think that's good. I think that's good. You could just find a way to tell him. Make sure you give a compliment and then tell him and then give a compliment. You could be at the end, you could be like, you know what, you're a great guy, and I feel like there's gonna be so many other women out there for you, but I just don't feel like I'm the one for you. We don't have to be enemies or whatever after this. We could still check on each other and be friends, but I just don't feel like this could lead to a relationship. And just stand on that, like stand on that. Okay, say it in the nicest way possible. They're gonna, trust me, that's probably not the first time they've been rejected before, so they're gonna be okay. They're gonna be okay. So just find a way to around it, find a way to tell him, find a way to make him understand that you're just not what like he's just not what you're looking for, and that's okay. That's okay. That's why we date. That's why we go on dates, to meet people, get to see them, get to know them, get to have conversations with them and see if they are what we want. And if they're not what we want, that's, you don't have to feel bad about it. You don't have to feel guilty. It's not your problem to worry about. It's his problem. So yeah. Okay, guys, so the next question says, what are your thoughts about dating men with kids as a single and childless woman? I'm thinking about it because he's just the sweetest soul I've ever met. Boom. I would say I personally don't have a problem with dating any men who have kids. I mean, shoot, it depends on the number of kids, though. I'm not gonna date a man with 6 different kids and 6 baby mamas. No, that's just not me. But if it's a guy who just maybe has 1 kid, like, shit happens, okay? Like, things happen. Maybe they were just in a situation and then they had the kid and they're not together anymore, but they have the kid, and that's okay as long as they have, maybe they're in a good place. Like, he's in a good place with his baby mom. They have a good relationship. They're like co-parenting well. There's nothing toxic. There's no crazy baby mamas. There's no one come knocking at his door to like pull you out of the house or not wanting you to be close to his kid. Yeah, as long as there's none of that going on, as long as you feel like it's a healthy environment to be in, I would say just go for it. Like, go for it. Like, if you tell me that he's a good man and he's the sweetest man, like you just said, then I don't see why not. But I personally would probably just date a man with 1 or 2 kids. I can do 4 kids, 4 baby mamas, 6 kids, 6 baby mamas. Why? What happened with the 6 other baby mamas? Why didn't it work out with them? How do I know it's gonna work out with me? Like, it's just thoughts like that go through my mind. It's just like, you want to make me a 7 baby mama? Like, really? Like, you look at me and want to make me a 7 baby? Is that what I'm worth to you? So that's just that's just me. I wouldn't personally do that many baby mamas and that many kids, but if it's just 1 or 2 kids and he's a good man, like you said, because they are very hard to find nowadays, I would say just go for it and don't even think twice about it, because you could just meet a single guy with no kids that could be just like as bad or even worse than someone who has a kid and is being responsible and thoughtful and taking care of you and just being the person that you want. So yeah, my advice is to go for it. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna do 3 more questions and we could call it a day, or I could do like part 2. Guys, I'm trying to like be on my Zoom when it comes to my part 2s, because I say I'm gonna do a part 2 and then I don't. But this year, 2024, we're gonna get the part 2s coming. Okay, so let's get on to the next question. So the next question says, how to find men that are actually intentional about you, want to marry you, settle down and have kids, because it seems like all we have nowadays are people who just want to make you a baby mama. All right, so similar to the previous question, just a little bit. Actually, I would say, don't let society fool you. Don't let this whole toxic baby mama, baby daddy culture fool you. There are still good men out there. There are still men who want to settle down, be responsible, have kids, have a family. want to treat you right, treat you as his queen, want you to be the only one in his life. Like there are still men out there, and you just gotta believe that. Once you believe it, it's gonna happen. But if you keep believing that, all you're gonna find is like toxic single dads or toxic men that want to make you a single mom or stuff like that, then that's what you're going to attract. Your thoughts would attract that. But when you start speaking words of affirmations, like, I'm going to get a good man, I'm going to get a man who's treating like his queen, I'm going to work towards, getting a man that would treat me right and make me a wife, make me the mother of his kids, treat me well. Once you start attesting to those words and just affirming those words, you are going to be okay. Like, you are going to be in a good place. Like, trust me, you're going to attract those kind of men once you start thinking towards that direction. Don't let whatever social media does fool you. Like, there are still men that want to settle down, want to have kids, want to be good to a woman. So basically you are what you attract. So you want to make sure you attract those kind of men by speaking those words. And also, most importantly, because I'm a big believer in the Almighty God, most importantly, you want to pray about it. You want to pray about it. Tell God what you want. Tell God what you're looking for. Don't just shallowly pray about it. You want to be intentional about your prayers. Like, speak it out to God. Say, God, this is the kind of man I want. God, this is the kind of man I want to be in my life. God, I want to be a wife. God, I want to have a family. I want to have a peaceful home. Speak those words to God, and before you know it, He will just send a man to you. Like, it might not be today, tomorrow, but it would happen. Trust me, it would happen. So just stay positive and just keep going. Don't settle. Do not settle. Okay, so the next question says that, should I live with my partner before getting married? We've been together 3 years and I'm thinking about living with him, even though he hasn't popped the question yet. This I would say would be a personal preference, but since you're asking me, I'll just tell you what I think. I am not for living with your partner long term, but I feel like you should be able to do that for at least 6 months to a year, just to get to know what their living situation is. Like, I know people could hide themselves for like years and years and years, and if you don't want to know something about them, you might never know that till you guys get married. But trust me, there will be some little things that you might peep, like some red flags or things that you're not okay with. How is their living situation like? What do they do when they wake up? How do they keep their dishes? How do they keep their apartment clean? How do they, do they brush their teeth at night before they sleep? Just the little things that you can keep, and then you can choose to be like, okay, this is something I can deal with when we get married. Or you could just be like, no, I don't think this is what I want to deal with when I get married. So I would say that living with your partner for at least 6 months to a year, that's my sweet spot. For me, it would be ideal, but long term, like being in the same roof with your partner for like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, I don't know about that. Personally, I wouldn't recommend. I would not recommend, because that could just maybe cause so many problems between you guys, and you guys might already feel like you're married, and the marriage thing might not even want to come up anymore. Feel too comfortable with each other, and it's just, I personally would not recommend. But everyone's preference is different. Some people, it works for them, some people it doesn't work for them that way. So everyone's preference, if it's not working for you, then it's just not working for you. Okay guys, so the last question for the day would be, I am dating a broke guy with the best personality, but I'm not gonna lie, we are struggling. Girl, this right here is tricky, because you want to feel loved, you want to feel spoiled. Every lady wants to feel spoiled. If it's a situation where he's just broke temporary and he's actually trying to do something about it, he's trying to get a job, he's trying to make you happy in whatever way it is. It could be just as little as buying you chocolates or flowers or whatever it is, then I would say just be patient with him. Like, if you see potential in him, if you feel like things are just not working out for him right now, but he's someone that could be a freaking millionaire tomorrow, then just do it. Like, this might sound controversial again, but I am for that. If someone's not treating you wrong, if they just have, because everyone's gonna have some sort of problem. You could meet a rich guy tomorrow and boom, they have the worst personality, they're being abusive to you, they're treating you really, really bad. But if you see a guy who's broke for like a short time and he's actually working on himself, trying to get a good job, maybe he's going to school, and you see potential in him, I would say just be patient. Just be patient as long as you see that he's trying to be better. But if he's just comfortable being broke, If he's comfortable not trying to do anything for you, if he's comfortable living in his mama's basement, yeah, then I would just be like, okay, ugh, yeah, you gotta go, you know. So yeah, I am all for, you know, getting my ladies the princess treatment. If you find a guy who's like got money and he's spoiling you and treating you right, go for it, you know. But if you're just not fortunate enough to find that guy and you find someone else who's treating you right, but he's just temporary down and trying to work on himself, I would say go for it as well. What I don't support is a guy who is trying to be broke. I mean, trying to be broke, like not trying to work, trying to be at home 24/7 playing video games, trying to have you cook or send Uber money for him, trying to have you pay the bills, and while he does literally nothing. Yeah, that's what I am not for at all. So yeah, guys, that brings me to the end of today's video, today's girl talk Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'll be doing more and more and more. I already have about 4 or 3 of these on my channel already, so I'm just gonna keep it coming because you guys, you know, you guys love these questions and answers. You guys love these Q&As, and guess what, I love it too. So I'm just gonna keep it coming. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna make this happen. I really enjoyed filming this video for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. I'll be sure to see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.